Welcome to Speak English with me.
Improve your vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation with our engaging lessons.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Speak English with me. I'm Sam.
And I'm Emma. It's so nice to have you with us again. Whether you're listening while driving, walking, cooking, or relaxing after a long day, thank you for spending your time with us.
Today we're talking about two tiny English words that cause huge problems.
They really do.
And the funny thing is, almost everyone learns these words very early.
Usually within the first few months of learning English.
Yet years later,
People are still mixing them up.
today's stars are say and tell.
I have a feeling some listeners just smiled because they already know what's coming.
They're probably thinking, oh no, I still make mistakes with those.
If that's you, don't worry, you're in very good company.
I have a confession.
This sounds interesting already.
Even after I became confident in English, I still stopped for a second sometimes and wondered, should I use say or tell here?
Really?
Yes, not because I didn't know the rule, but because real conversations move fast. You don't have 5 minutes to think before every sentence.
That's something many learners don't hear often enough. Knowing a rule and using it naturally are two different skills.
That's why today's episode won't feel like a grammar lesson.
We're going to learn the way people actually learn.
Through stories,
Mistakes,
real conversations.
lots of examples.
Speaking of mistakes,
Here we go.
a student once came to me after class. He looked frustrated.
What happened?
He said, Sam, I think English is trying to confuse me.
That's a dramatic start.
I laughed and asked why.
And?
He said, yesterday I told my colleague my manager said me to finish the report today.
Oh,
His colleague understood him immediately.
which is important.
Very important.
Communication happened.
But then the colleague smiled and said, we usually say, my manager told me to finish the report today.
That's such a gentle correction.
The student looked completely confused.
I can imagine.
He asked me, if people understood me, why is my sentence wrong?
That's one of my favorite questions because it gets to the heart of language learning.
How so?
Well, speaking English isn't only about being understood, it's also about sounding natural. Those are two different goals.
That's true.
Think about this. If someone says, yesterday I goed to the supermarket, you'll understand them.
Of course.
But native speakers would naturally say, yesterday I went to the supermarket.
So understanding doesn't always mean the sentence is natural.
That's the idea.
Before we explain the rule, let's play a little game.
I love these games.
Everyone listening, don't answer out loud if you're on a crowded bus.
Unless you want some strange looks.
Here comes sentence number 1.
Ready?
My mother blank me to call my grandmother.
Say or tell.
Think for a second.
Don't rush.
If you chose told, you're right.
So we say, my mother told me to call my grandmother.
Now let's change just one thing.
Listen carefully.
My mother blank call your grandmother.
Which one sounds right now?
This time it's said.
My mother said, call your grandmother.
Did you notice something?
The meaning is almost the same.
But the structure changed.
And that's where many learners get lost.
Years ago, I used to memorize sentences.
Me too.
I'd write down 20 examples.
Then the 21st example looked different.
And suddenly, I wasn't confident anymore.
That's because memorizing isn't enough.
We need to notice patterns.
Patterns make English much easier.
Let me try another sentence.
Go ahead.
My boss said me that the meeting starts at 9.
I hear that one all the time.
Is it natural?
No.
Why?
Because after said, English doesn't normally place a person directly like that.
So what's the natural sentence?
My boss told me that the meeting starts at 9.
Or,
My boss said that the meeting starts at 9.
wait,
What?
those two sentences are both correct.
They are.
That's probably surprising for some listeners.
The difference isn't the message.
It's the sentence pattern.
You've just discovered today's biggest clue.
Let's test it again.
I'm ready.
She told she was tired.
Doesn't sound complete.
Why not?
Because listeners immediately wonder, told who?
That's interesting.
Tell usually wants someone to receive the information.
So we could say, she told me she was tired.
Or she told her friend she was tired.
Or she told everyone she was tired.
Now let's compare it.
Go on.
She said she was tired.
Perfectly natural.
No person needed.
That's one of the biggest differences between these two verbs.
You know what I find fascinating?
What's that?
Most learners think they're making random mistakes.
But they're not,
Most of the mistakes follow the same pattern.
which is actually good news.
Why?
Because if the mistakes have a pattern, the solution has the same pattern.
I like that.
Instead of fixing 50 different mistakes, you're really learning one idea. Here's another real story.
I was hoping for one.
I was traveling a few years ago and met a man who had studied English for almost 10 years.
That's a long time.
His vocabulary was fantastic.
Better than many native speakers, probably.
In some areas, yes.
So what happened?
Every few minutes, he would say things like, "She said me," or "My teacher said us."
I know that feeling.
After about an hour, I asked him something.
What did you ask?
I said, "Has anyone ever explained why that sounds unusual?"
Let me guess.
He smiled and said, "People only tell me it's wrong. Nobody tells me why."
That's such an important sentence.
It stayed in my mind for years.
Because understanding the reason changes everything.
That's our goal today.
By the end of this conversation, I don't want you to memorize hundreds of sentences.
I want you to notice the pattern every time you watch a movie,
Listen to a podcast,
read a book.
or have a conversation.
Once your brain starts noticing the pattern, choosing between say and tell becomes much easier.
And don't worry if you've been making this mistake for years. That doesn't mean your English is weak. It simply means you've reached one of those small details that can make a surprisingly big difference.
Today, we're going to build that confidence together, one example at a time. Now that we've started to notice the pattern, I want to try something a little different.
I was hoping you'd say that.
I'm going to read a sentence, and I want you to stop me if it sounds strange.
Deal.
I'm going to read a sentence, and I want you to stop me if it sounds strange.
Deal.
My friend said me that he was moving to Canada.
Stop.
That was quick.
Because it's one of the most common mistakes learners make.
So what would you say instead?
I'd probably say, my friend told me that he was moving to Canada.
That sounds much smoother.
It does. Or if I wanted to use said, I'd change the structure completely.
How?
My friend said that he was moving to Canada.
So both sentences are natural.
Yes, the difference is the pattern, not the meaning.
That's becoming our theme today.
And I hope listeners are starting to notice it before we even explain it.
Let's imagine another situation.
Go for it.
You're having dinner with your family. Your little brother walks into the room and says, "Dad said me we can order pizza."
I know what happened there.
What?
He probably translated directly from his first language.
That's something we all do.
Absolutely. Our brains love shortcuts.
So how would Dad really say it?
Dad told me we can order pizza.
Or,
Dad said we could order pizza.
I like comparing those two because listeners can hear both possibilities.
And that's much more useful than memorizing only one sentence.
Here's something interesting.
I'm listening.
People often ask me, which verb do native speakers use more?
That's a good question.
My answer is always the same.
Both.
Neither one is more important.
You simply choose the one that matches the sentence you're building.
Let's make this more practical.
I love practical examples.
Imagine your manager walks into your office.
Never a relaxing moment.
He smiles and says, "Could you finish this before lunch?"
I already know what happens next.
You go home later and your partner asks, "How was work?"
Then you might say, my manager told me to finish a report before lunch.
Could I also say, "My manager said to finish a report before lunch"?
That sounds unnatural.
Why?
Because the listener expects someone after told, but not after said. Once you start changing the pattern, the sentence loses its natural rhythm.
Here's another situation.
Let's hear it.
Your friend asks, "Did Sarah enjoy the movie?"
You answer, she said it was amazing.
Perfect. Could I say, "She told it was amazing"?
No, because once again, everyone is waiting for the missing person.
Told who?
That's the question your brain automatically asks.
I think that's a useful trick.
Which one?
Whenever you use tell, silently ask yourself, tell who?
I like that.
If you can't answer the question, there's a good chance the sentence needs changing.
Let's test that idea.
The doctor told
Told who?
me.
Good.
The teacher told
Told who?
the students.
Still perfect.
The guide told
Told who?
everyone on the tour.
Great.
Now try this one.
Go ahead.
The guide said,
We don't have to answer said who.
right.
We simply continue with the message.
The guide said the museum would close early.
That sounds completely natural.
Here's a mistake I hear quite often online.
Which one?
Someone writes, please tell me your opinion, and another learner changes it to, please say me your opinion.
I've seen that too.
Why doesn't it work?
Because English has certain expressions that people use again and again. Tell me is one of them.
So we naturally say, tell me the truth.
Tell me your name.
Tell me what happened.
Tell me your story.
Those expressions become automatic after enough practice. Now I'm curious.
About what?
Have you ever corrected yourself in the middle of a sentence?
More than once.
Really?
I remember speaking Spanish with a friend years ago. I started a sentence, stopped halfway, laughed, and began again because I realized I had copied an English pattern.
That must have felt frustrating.
For a moment, yes.
What changed?
I realized mistakes are evidence that I'm using the language. If I never made mistakes, I'd probably never be speaking.
I wish more learners believed that.
Me too.
Sometimes people wait until they think they'll sound perfect.
And that day never arrives.
Language grows through conversation.
Not through silence.
Before we finish this part, let's do one last challenge.
I'm ready.
Fill in the blank. My sister, blank, she would call me tonight.
The answer is said.
Good. Now another one.
My sister blank me she would call tonight.
This time it's told.
Same idea.
Different structure.
And the more examples you hear, the more natural those structures become. Don't try to memorize today's conversation word for word. Instead, listen for these patterns the next time you watch a film, read an article, or chat with a friend in English. Your ears will start noticing them long before you have to think about them consciously, and that's when real confidence begins to grow.
Now that we've looked at the basic pattern, I want to make things a little more interesting.
That usually means you're about to test me.
Maybe just a little.
Go ahead.
Imagine you're at a coffee shop with a friend.
Nice and relaxed.
Your friend says, I have some exciting news.
I already want to know what it is.
Later that evening, your brother asks, what did your friend say?
That's a very natural question.
So I'd answer, she said she got a new job.
Perfect.
Could I also say, she told me she got a new job?
Yes, because now you're including the listener.
That's something I really want everyone to notice.
Me too.
Sometimes people think they have to choose one correct verb,
When in reality, both can work.
as long as the sentence follows the right pattern.
That's the important part.
Let's try another situation.
I'm ready.
You're watching a football match with your friends.
My team probably is losing.
Let's hope not.
Thanks.
One player misses an easy goal.
Ouch.
Your friend looks at you and says, that was unbelievable.
Later, you tell someone else, my friend said that was unbelievable.
Very natural.
Now let's change it.
Your friend gives you advice during the match.
Such as?
You should support a different team.
That's a rude friend.
A very honest one.
Then I'd probably say, my friend told me to support a different team.
Notice how we're moving between said and told without any stress.
That's because we're thinking about the structure instead of memorizing rules.
Here's a mistake that often appears in emails.
I think I know which one.
Someone writes, he said me the documents were ready.
I've corrected that many times.
What's the better version?
He told me the documents were ready.
Or,
He said the documents were ready.
both sound natural.
They do.
Let's talk about phone calls.
That's another place where these verbs appear all the time.
Imagine your mother calls you while you're at work.
She asks if you've eaten lunch.
Later, your colleague asks who called.
I'd say, my mother said she was checking on me.
Now imagine she gives you advice.
Mothers are very good at that.
She says, don't skip lunch.
Later, I could say, my mother told me not to skip lunch,
That's a pattern you'll hear every day.
especially in family conversations.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Do you think learners should stop every time they aren't sure?
Personally, no.
Why not?
Because conversations don't wait for perfect grammar. If you hesitate every few seconds, you'll lose confidence.
So it's better to keep speaking?
Definitely. Then, after the conversation, think about the sentence and improve it.
I like that approach.
It removes so much pressure.
Let's finish with a quick challenge.
Everyone listening, join us.
The teacher blank us we had a test on Friday.
That's told.
The teacher blank we had a test on Friday.
That's said.
Last one.
This one's a little trickier.
My grandfather blank, hard work always pays off.
That's said.
And if I change it to, my grandfather blank me that hard work always pays off.
Then the answer becomes told.
I hope listeners are starting to feel more comfortable.
I think they are, because we're seeing the same idea in different situations instead of only reading a grammar rule. That's how patterns stay in your memory. And in the next part, we're going to look at some expressions and exceptions that often surprise even advanced English learners.
We've covered a lot today, but I think this is the perfect time to look at a few expressions that learners often find confusing.
I agree. These are the little details that can make your English sound much more natural.
Here's the first one. We often hear people say, "Tell me."
That's one of the most common expressions in English.
Tell me your name.
Tell me the truth.
Tell me what happened.
Tell me your opinion.
Those sound completely natural.
They do, and you'll hear them every day.
Now let's compare them with say.
Good idea.
We naturally ask, "What did she say?"
Or, did he say anything?
What are you trying to say?
I was just saying.
Different expressions.
And different patterns.
Here's something interesting. Have you ever noticed that people often say, "I told you so"?
Oh yes, usually after someone ignores advice.
It's one of those sentences you never want to hear.
Because it means the other person was right.
Imagine I tell you to take an umbrella.
I refuse because the sky looks clear.
10 minutes later, it's pouring with rain.
You smile and say,
I told you so.
I'd probably laugh even if I was completely soaked.
Now, here's another expression.
Go on.
Actions speak louder than words.
That's an interesting one because it doesn't use say or tell.
Language always likes to surprise us.
It certainly does.
Let's do one final challenge together.
I'm ready.
My doctor blank me to exercise more.
Told.
My doctor blank that regular exercise improves your health.
Said.
My friend blank, don't worry, everything will be fine.
Said.
My friend blank me not to worry.
Told.
I think those examples show today's pattern really well.
I think so too.
Before we finish, I'd like everyone listening to remember one simple question.
I know which one.
Whenever you use tell, quietly ask yourself, tell who?
If you can answer that question, you're probably building the sentence correctly.
And if you're using say, focus on the message itself.
It's a simple habit, but it's surprisingly effective.
One thing I hope nobody takes away from today's episode is fear.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
We all make language mistakes.
Every single learner does.
Some mistakes disappear quickly.
Some stay with us for a while.
That doesn't mean you're a bad language learner.
It means you're using the language enough to discover where you can improve.
I'd much rather hear someone speak with confidence and make a small mistake.
Then hear someone stay silent because they're afraid of making one.
Language is built through conversations.
One conversation at a time.
Here's a little challenge for everyone listening. Today, after this episode ends, pay attention to English around you.
Watch a short video, listen to a podcast, read a news article, or even scroll through social media.
Every time you notice say or tell, pause for just a second.
Ask yourself why that verb was chosen.
Don't memorize the sentence.
Notice the pattern.
After a few days, you'll begin recognizing it automatically.
That's when learning becomes much more enjoyable.
Before we say goodbye, let's have our word tour.
I always enjoy this part.
Our first word is pattern.
A pattern is something that happens in the same way again and again. Instead of memorizing hundreds of sentences, look for patterns.
Next is natural.
If something sounds natural, it's the way fluent speakers usually say it.
Then we have hesitate.
To hesitate means to pause because you're unsure about what to say or do.
Another useful word is structure.
Structure is the way words are arranged to make a correct sentence.
Finally, confidence.
Confidence isn't about speaking without mistakes. It's about speaking even when you're still learning.
I couldn't have said it better.
And that's the message we'd love you to remember. Keep speaking, keep listening, and keep noticing those little patterns. Over time, they'll become part of your English without you even realizing it. Thank you so much for spending this time with us, and we can't wait to meet you again in our next conversation. Until then, take care and enjoy your English journey.